Um, let's. I need to get used to the things again. I hated it. Anyway, alright, so the first row we have Vincent Meadow in first next to Scott Matthews in the double O car. In the second row we have Jazz Cranston and Chiquita Milka. Milka, one of the few cars that hasn't improved because they didn't submit any stats. Mecha Spider in the third row next to Kawaii McDesu. Fourth row Jaffa Cake and Godful. Fifth row Noah Nyola with their new team now next to Cheryl Meadow. Sixth row Alana Bordell and Brian Henderson. Whoops. Next to that, seventh row Raven Cronwell and Super Bingle. Just Attainment and Arubi Albara in the eighth row. I might have miscounted that. Fastboy and Joseph Peter Winkelmann. Not a great start for him. He wants to, of course, prove himself today in Darlington. In his first race with his new team, but so far it's not looking too hot. Winfrey Schrock, the bottom of the table so far, in the ninth row next to Speedy McZoom Zoom. Team Pepega right now pretty much dominating the leaderboard in the 10th row right next to each other. And in last, again, I think we had that before, the Avenger in very last place. I assume that... Oh, I didn't. Wait, did I? Did I pause it now? Why are we not going yet? Start in progress. Huh. Oh, there we go. There we go. Pace car is going. Let's see if someone freaking dies on the intro lap again. I hope not. We have a few cars that are kind of having a hard time following the pace for some reason. Let's look from behind. We'll probably catch anyone doing anything funky from here. I hated it. I hated you. It's all part of the strategy. Joseph and Raven start very slow so they can avoid crashes while Kawaii is in front, so he can't fall too much behind. Yeah. Okay, so far nothing out of the ordinary, really. Some cars, everybody pretty much in line. We are right now doing a full lap of the track with the pace car in front. Darlington, obviously a bit unique in its shape, not a normal oval. It's more, how would you call that shape? It's a bit weird because one end is like, it's not even. One end is like a bit longer. The corner's a bit stretched. The other one is a bit more tight. I think this is the tight end we are doing right now, and right there is the first. Is the lap line, and we are starting right now. 56 laps to go. No one failed before the race even started. That is pretty good. Oh yeah, it's an avocado. It's absolutely an avocado. Welcome to the Avocado Speedway. Hell yeah. Free Shavakadu. Godful already turning left. I can confirm his car is actually turning left. Most cars are. The Avenger is already catching a position. Jane Sen falling a bit behind. Of course, not great for my overall third place, but that's a bit of a burden that you have when you're on the inside, even if you start a lane more in front than the car behind you. That can't be a big issue. Let's go in front. No one really shows anything bad yet. The overall leader 19th. Probably interesting for everyone. Top 10, so right now Alana Bordell in 10th, Godful still 9, Noah Nyola, Chiquita Milka fell a bit back, Jaffa Cake, Mecha Spider, Scott Matthews, Jazz Cranston, and Vincent Meadow in front right now, despite having a really bad first two races. Right now in 22nd, actually, second to last in the leaderboard. Maybe this is his time to shine a bit. least get some more points than before. Just so there's a shortcut to your right. Hi Birdman, how are you? Maybe you said that this thing is not interesting to you. Maybe I can change your mind because today I'm on a roll. I feel great with commentating today. I don't know why. Okay, matter how are you? I'm good. Hard right? Hell yeah. Right now we have a pretty intense 3-car lead. With Vincent Meadow in the front, Jazz Cranston and Scott Matthews, Mecha Spider and Jaffa Cake in 5th. Jaffa Cake doing pretty well so far. I would say probably the most consistent car so far. Of course, she is in 5th, I believe, right now overall. Might be wrong. We have some cars that did not do great so far. Mecha Spider, Scott Matthews, Chiquita Milka also not great. Noah Niola, of course, that horrific last race. Grotful right now in 19th, I think, in overall standings. So this could be a race for surprises, maybe. Let's see how this goes. Of course, just the first few turns don't really decide much. Most will be decided either if there's a caution, if someone makes a mistake in the heat of the moment, or if they're with the pit stops, basically. Yeah. So what else do we have? Any more faces? We don't see that much yet. Godfall's car. It's pretty. It's definitely one of the more unique cars. Sadly, we didn't have much time to appreciate the last race, so we're giving it a bit time to shine here. I'm just here to see a good fuck-apocalypse. Understanding. Understandable. Yeah. I just hope this is kind of interesting to people, even if they're not in. Because at the end of the day, my goal with this is to entertain. Jaffa the Alonso of the MIRD. Hell yeah. Jaffa Alonso. Yeah, Lana Bodell also a car. Really vibrant. Also a pretty unique color. It's a bit jumpy. I don't know if that's just the track or if there's something wrong with the car. Hope not. Super Winkle also still in front. Kawai McDesu not a problem yet. All the cars that had so many issues right now pretty far ahead. Ventus Flowerchild jumped up to 16th at least, so that's pretty good. Winfrey Schrock, then we have a bit of a jump to Brian Henderson in 18th. Just Entertainment, just last name in 19th, kind of following the trend. And then we have Fastboy, who's 2nd right now in the overall. Jane Sen, of course, 3rd. Raven Cronwell, also kind of far up the leaderboard, I think 7th or 8th. And the Avenger kind of towards the bottom again. Always starting last, the last few races. That's pretty. That's a feat for itself, I would say. So that's an achievement. Probably Liam would get wet. Flowerchild's just looking for a time to crash again. Probably. He's probably gonna turn someone in again. Of course, Flowerchild right now the point leader, despite being the most controversial car on the track, probably plus minus Nola. Which some would argue should have just retired last race, because if it did, it wouldn't have caused a giant caution, probably the biggest caution we had, and maybe even will have in the MIRD so far. Definitely the biggest we had so far. Might be even the biggest we'll have at all, because that was a big fuckfest. Of course, the biggest victim of that caution last time was Winfrey Schrock. We are happy to report that he is in fact fine. His car, of course, needed a replacement, but he did come out of it without miraculously without any issues. Just a few bruises, really. And we have a leader change. Scott Matthews taking Vincent Murdo on the outside right now, building a lead. Almost seems like Vincent Murdo was kind of holding the pack back a bit. He's now in 2nd. Scott Matthews now building quite the lead in front of Vincent Murdo, who seems to be falling back even more. Maybe getting overtaken by Jazz Cranston right now. Jaffa Cake in 4th, Mecha Spider in 5th. Build always also really close to the both of them. Rumors say Winfrey was cloned. Just from Bristol again. Now everybody's full aggro. Oh no. Maybe we'll do that in the playoffs. Maybe I'll have like a vote which tracks you guys want to see. Jaffa Cake and Josh Cranston all overtaking Vincent Meadow. Also Noah Niola kind of concerned if there's something wrong with the car, or if just maybe the CEO not as good in a race car as he hoped he would be. In the back, nothing really changed. Events Flowchart right now going for the attack, building up places. This car is really impressive so far. Right now, I think in 14th, building up places, overtaking cars left and right. Of course, started in, I think second to last in 20th or 19th. Oh, and Cheryl Meadow hit him a bit in the back. Good thing we catch that, but because Cheryl Meadow wanted to share out to the pits, but I think everybody involved is fine. Car seems good. Maybe there's a bit of a scratch on the left side, and we have our first pit stops, I believe. Yep, there are the first cars coming in. I think that's Cheryl Meadow in front there. No, that's Scott Matthews. Scott Matthews, the leader right now, going into pits. Interesting with this pit lane that we have a bit of a we have the first 5 cars, and then we have a bit of a cut there. I don't know why that's it. No, wait, that's 6 cars. No, it's 5 cars. Yeah, it's a bit interesting. It's definitely unique for Darlington. I think that Super Bingle coming out first. Scott Matthews seeming to take quite a long while, and he actually can come in right just before Super Bingle, Grodful, Cheryl Meadow, Kawhi McDesu, and the Avenger. No, all the other cars are coming out, so maybe that pit stop was really good for Super Bingle. Definitely caught up quite a lot. Vincent Murdo also now in the pits. Hope he can recover from his not so great racing so far. Of course, qualifying pretty good again, starting the lead, but the rest of the race wasn't so stellar right now. There's Noah Niola driving past Jazz Cranston, just Alana Bordell, Jaffa Cake, Pinkelman, Schrock, everybody's taken past. Vincent Murdo driving through the Stewart. I don't know if that's in the regulations, but whatever. Yeah. Bit disappointing, isn't it? Not for you guys, but for me. Let's check in with the leader before pits. We'll see how far, if they are still in the lead or if they lost the place. It seems to me that we have pretty long exits to the pits. It seems like we still have a few cars in the pits. Jane Senna, I saw there. Speedy McZoom, of course. Turns out Vincent Murdo found his driver license in the cereal box. Do we have a caution? We have a caution. I did not see that. What happened? I don't see anything right now. Huh. What was the caution cause? Do we have like a... Not really. I'm just gonna look at Flower Child because I just assume that they are the cause. That's probably not a bad thinking. Yeah, there's the yellow lights already. Not seeing anything so far. Oh! There we go. There's the magic. I was right. He was kind of involved. Let's go to a better camera. Yeah, this is apparently Jane Sen. Let's speed McZoom. Jane Sen just going really close to McZoom for some reason. I don't know what happened there. That was what the fuck? Basically just driving, not being able to drive in a straight line. That was pretty much all. That was all that caused this. They are fighting for position for 16th. And Jason just kind of wasn't able to drive straight. And Speeding Zimzum, of course, no way to go. So they are kind of turning into each other and into the wall. I don't think anything happened to the cars. But yeah, of course, that will cause a caution. If a car is spinning, that's a big hazard. If there's just a car coming at a high speed, that's just too much of a hazard. means we're getting a safety car lap again. So this is our first safety car lap of the day. Hope, of course, that we're not gonna have too many of these. I'm gonna just go quick a bit. Yeah, now you can see everybody just kind of lapping up. So everybody's kind of like in the same thing now, driving behind the pace car or going into the pits. Murdo has such a dreamy voice. Thank you. I saw my car and fucking panicked. Team Pepega strikes again. They sure do. They are just so good at causing disaster. It's amazing. It's kind of funny. Oops. Okay, I think we can go to regular speed again. Of course, Godful right now behind the pace car, but he's only in 22nd. I don't know how it fell back that hard. I don't know if these positions are like updated yet after the pits, but it kind of looks accurate. Super Bingo, who's in first then? Oh, that's the leader car, Fast Boy. Jensen and Speedy McZoom in 11th and 14th, so they haven't lost much from it because the caution came out real quick. Yeah, just gonna watch the pace car for a minute. I'm just gonna skip a bit, and yeah, so first caution of the day at like not that many laps. Yeah, lap 17 right now, one third of the race gone, and we already had a first caution, so that's great. I believe that the pace car should turn into the pits pretty soon again. How did I get that far in front? When did that happen? Yeah, I don't know. Some cars fell behind a lot, so that's probably part of it. I guess some had really good pit stops and some just had horrible ones, and some were caught in a crash and turned around right before a lap, a corner. I think the funny part about that crash is that it didn't happen even in the corner. They were just driving straight. They were literally just driving straight, and they couldn't. They were just too stupid to drive straight. Yeah, that kind of. Okay, there goes the pace car. Right now, the pack again, getting ready to drive it. Once they pass the lap again, we will be off to the races. Pace car right now on the left, that's not a race car of ours, and we are off again. So let's see how the position maybe changes once we have a first full race lap in the box again. Jason is confirmed to be drunk on track. She needs to be removed. Yeah. Probably. We'll see. This is the second crash that Jane Sen was kind of causing. So in Bristol we had one incident with Max. I think that was actually Max's fault back then, wasn't it? But yeah, this was last time wasn't really a crash. So okay, actually we have Noah Niola apparently in front. These two cars are a lap down, Godful and the Avenger. Noah Niola in first, then we have Jazz Cranston, Jeff Cake. I'm just gonna keep that open so I see if there's one just not in order. Super Bingo, but we shouldn't really have that much of a weird thing because we're not gonna have that many laps here. Maca Spider 5th, Raven Control 6th, Cheryl Mirdo, Chiquita Milka still in 8th, Kawhi McDizu 9th, 10th we have Brian Henderson, Fast Boy, Speedy McZoom, Winfrey Schruck, Vincent Meadows still in 14th at least. Still, wow, that's a drop. Alana Bodell, Jane Sennett 16th, Joseph Peter Winkelmann 17th, Chiquita Milka, just the last name. Flower Child in 20th, fell quite a lot. So yeah, I guess the caution didn't really help much. And also the pits probably didn't go that well for them as well. Scott Matthews in 21st. Despite so yeah, the cars that were leading the race, they were in qualifying first and second, again towards the back of the pack. So it might be a curse. Who knows? The only one that was far in front in the qualifying, and is now still quite far in front, is the number 26 of Jazz Cranston. Is this Darlington? Yes. Hello, Rufus46. Welcome. This is Darlington indeed. Our third race, we had Daytona as the opener, of course, last week, and second we had Bristol, and the fourth race is going to be a special one, and I'm not going to say which it is yet, but we might have something more complicated than an oval. So that'd be fun. Yeah, so far not much happening. We still have Godful leading the pack despite being second to last. But again, gives us more time to look at, to gaze in awe at his beautiful paint job. Complicated monkers. Dude, you don't even know NASCAR. The Avenger again in 23rd. Blocking Jaffa Cake, it seems like a bit. Not really letting them pass. Is that Super Bingle in 5th? In 4th even! It's Super Bingle in 4th. You leave my teammate alone. Well, I'm sorry, but you're doing good, Bingle, so congrats. Fuck yes. Welcome, how are you? We might see cars turn right for a change. Who knows? Mecha Spider 5th. Raven Cromwell in 6th. Right now, yeah, right in front of Sharon Murdo, also a car that didn't do so well so far, so that's a nice change. Kawhi McDessu, Fast Boy, and Brian Henderson in 11th. So far, it's mostly the same cars in front again. Most cars that were in front fell back down the line again. Just the last name, of course. Also one member of the new Firebrand team in 19th. Still in front of Avenza's Flower Child. Maybe, I don't even know if he wants to be there, because being in front of Flower Child usually means a bit of trouble ahead. Scott Matthews might be going for the overtake 420th. Yes! Flower Child losing a lot of momentum. I praised him before for making up quite a lot of spaces despite starting the race in 22nd. Made it up to 15th even. And after the pits and after the caution, it's just not going as well. But again, the 22nd, the Flower Child doesn't really have anything behind them. They're not gonna be scared of anyone catching them, because Godful is, I think, half a lap down. And as long as they don't do any mistakes, or Godful is driving like a godful now, they're probably not going to catch them. At least not until we have another pit stop. Complicated equals more crashes. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, never mind. We saw 3 cars turn right so far, but next time it won't kill people. Yeah, we had a few cars turn right, so I don't even know what you guys want. We have quite a lot of action going on. Godful getting slower. I think they're turning into the pits. Yeah, I believe they're the first one into the pits. We have our leading pack again. Noah Nyola in first after a disastrous performance in the second race in Bristol, coming 30 laps behind and causing the second and the biggest caution so far of the MIRD. First race, of course, was kind of fine, so they're still in the middle of the total leaderboard in 14th, I believe, which is fitting because they're also number 14, and they are turning into the pits right now. So we're just gonna keep our cameras on them, see if they are also the first to leave them, or if maybe the Dodge of Jazz Cranston, or maybe even Brian Henderson, Vincent Murdo, Jason. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Can catch them now. We'll go into the pit camera. We have a lot of cars leaving. There's Godful going out, Super Bingle, the Avenger. But the cars we are going to pay attention now are Noah Nyola and also Jess Cranston. Cranston now turning into the pit in front there. The orange car, Noah Nyola, the 14, the red and black one. And the 88, Brian Henderson, also one of the more interesting cars right now for this pit stop. Vincent Murdo just right in front. Noah Nyola seems to be the first one to pit out again. Brian Henderson pretty quick as well. Jess Cranston is driving out right now, so they didn't lose much. Brian Henderson, Vincent Murdo also pretty good pit. Jane Sen, yeah, that seemed like all pretty pretty okay pits all around. I suspect them not really losing any position there. Where do we have them? There we go. Let's just go on the pit of on the cockpit of Noah Neola right now. We haven't had that view yet, so might as well have that for a few seconds. And that's it. Yeah. So let's see how this pit stop changed the field. Noah Neola now turning over the lap. Actually, no. This is now the tighter of the two corners, going on to the start finish straight. So right now we have Noah Neola in second actually. Who's in the lead? Who took the lead there? Oh, it's still Scott Matthews, but they're now turning out of the pits, so I'd assume Noah Neola to retain their position. Jaffa Cake in fourth, right behind Binglepin in third. So Noah Neola still in second. I'd assume them retaining their first place right now after they turned over the lap. Not yet. Okay. Jaffa, get out of my boot. But that also means if they're all overtaking Scott Matthews, then we're gonna have Noah Neola in first, Super Bingle in second, and Jaffa Cake in third actually. So two really cars that no one really had on the ballot, Super Bingle and also Jaffa Cake, doing really hot so far. Jaffa Cake, of course, kinda proved herself already in the races before this. But yeah, now Noah Neola took back first. Super Bingle in second, right in front of Jaffa Cake and Jazz Cranston fourth. So Jazz definitely lost a bit of position after the pits. Even though I said they didn't do that bad, but apparently not good enough. The girl squad had a bit of a better pit there. Mecha Spider in fifth, sixth Jane Sen caught up. So wow, they caught up a lot of spaces despite being in the first caution and the only caution so far of the day, and also starting in the last lane in sixth right now. 7 Fast Boy. Aventus Flowchat also catching up. What's going on with Team Pepega? How are they doing this? I'm confused. Brian Henderson in 9th. Hello, Fabi Abara, I believe. I've changed their first name all the time because I cannot remember them. In 10th, Vincent Murdo caught himself again a bit in 11th right now. Speedy McSimpson 12th. Last place right now, just the last name. That's a bit surprising. I didn't really see them having much issues, but must have happened something. Probably just a really bad pit. So far, pretty uneventful car, but yeah, apparently something went horribly wrong, I assume. Where did Raven go? Yeah, I'm maximum aggression. Yeah, but how did the aggression help you through the pit stops? Winfrey Schrock in 13th right now. Jeremy 14th. There's Raven Cromwell in 15th. There we have quite a few losers from the pits right now. Joseph Peter Pinkelman. Chiquita Milka also in 17th. Lana Bodell. Kawhi McDesus. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm good. Godful in 21, they actually caught a place again. Right now, blocking the first place again, so they definitely kept their position. Yeah, there must have went something horribly wrong with just the last name, because they are now in last. So Godful definitely took them somewhere. And the Avenger in 22nd. We have quite... So, yeah, this is Noah Neola in the lead right now, taking Godful. They are making space for them, which is really nice. Thank you, Godful. Very cool. Let's see the pack, actually. Where's the pack? There's the pack. That's some pack if I ever saw one. Yeah, so we have Super Bingle in second. Right now, getting a bit of a lead. A bit of a lead on in front of Jazz Cranston, who's in fourth, maybe? I guess they overtook Jaffa Cake. Jaffa Cake fell back quite a lot here. which of course is unfortunate, but good for Jazz Cranston, also still a free agent, doesn't have a team yet. On the boot of Super Bingo, might be catching them. We'll need to see where this is going. Of course, at Bingpin on Twitter. Again, it's just AI pilots. It's just AI people, yeah. It's just AI. All of these cars are representing viewers or people that are in my, viewers basically. They were able to submit a design, and this lovely fella Binglepin made all the designs, except for one who made their design themselves. And yeah, and everybody has their own design and their own driver, and they are competing for gold. So that's cool. Noanola took Grotful now, so there's a lot of space for them. There's not really a car in front that could stop them from really making a lot of good laps now. Just driving a few solid laps. Maybe watch out that their tires are going to be fresh and safe. Watch Bingle crash and take out just herself and her team. Fella! Ignoring stuff Murder says is often a good idea. What, fella? What did I say? I don't even know what you're on about. We have a pretty tight package here. Just attainment in the middle of it, but a lap down apparently. So yeah, with the middle still in 11th, right behind Abari. You called Bingle a fella. I'm sorry. I meant it in a nice way. You're a fella, isn't that a thing people say to people? Well, anyway, Super Bingo still in second, in front of Fastboy now. They caught up into third. Jazz Cranston fourth. Jane Sand in fifth. Jaffa Cake fell quite a few positions, but still in a respectable sixth right now, turning into the pits as most cars are, as the leader is as well. Fellas are usually male friends. Oh, I thought fellas just like dude, just like you can do that, use that for everything really. But now you see all the pit crews popping in. Of course, Windfish Rock still with the default one that I modified a bit to have their number on it, because they are too lazy to do their design, and I'm mad about it. But that's okay. Yeah, we have, I think, Noanola right now doing the second set of tires. Jaffa Cake standing right in front of them, but definitely coming out before them again. Jazz Cranston not really. Super Bingle seems to stay in second, and is that Aventus Flower Child going into third right now? Jaffa Cake in fourth. I believe that's what's happening right now. That might be Aventus Flower Child making up a lot of spaces there. That looked like a really good pit. But I could also be wrong. There's of course still quite a few cars needing to make pits right now, overtaking the former second place Super Bingo. So yeah, this might be actually them going into quite high positions. We'll see how this takes place, how things happen. Oh god, guys, I'm sorry. Really also known it as a male thing. Originally Fellas was unisex, but that's no longer good. Fellas once only meant fellow people. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it in like a whatever. It was not my intent to yeah, that's why I'm saying crack me cold one with the fellas, because I want to be inclusive. How these things play out. Thank you, Liam. Very cool. Very English lesson. God, I'm so bad. Anyway, why are you even listening to this broadcast? You should just mute me and watch the footage. Anyway, what happened? We have still a few cars turning back into the track, so we don't really have full standings as of after the pits. So I can't really tell you. I'd assume that Noaniola is still in the lead, and so they are. Godful in 22nd. I think they just overtook Jess, the last name again. Godful, of course, also a lap down. Just the last name, just now going to the pits, so not really much hope there to recover, I'd say. Yeah, Avengers Flowerchild apparently now in third. Pretty surprising. I don't know who's second. Oh no, Avengers Flowerchild now in second. I don't know how they did it. I don't even want to know, because there's probably some illegal stuff. I don't want to dig up any of that. But we have 5 laps to go, and Avengers Flowerchild is in second again. I'm kind of mad. Super Bingle in third. Jane Sen is in fourth. Team Pepega again. Just raising the roof, raising the bar for how it's done, basically. But there are also only 2 guys in the team, 2 people in the team now. They are still having a spot. So if you're interested, you should probably talk to them, and maybe they will let you in their elite club. Who knows? Abara in 5th. That's a pretty good position for them. I think they are right now in 9th in overall standings. Fast Boy in 6th. Car a bit jumping a bit, but I think Darlington is just a bit uneven. At least that's what it looks like. Jazz Cranston in 7th, Cheryl Meadow in 8th. Jaffa Cake fell down to 9. Of course, not a bad position. Still the top 10, but it looked like so much more for a long while. Mecha Spider in 10th. I think Avenger is a lap down. Brian Henderson right now fighting still for 10th. Getting a bit blocked by the Avenger in the 75 car. Yeah, I don't know. They cannot get past them, it seems. But hope that doesn't change too much. Winfrey Schrock, I think in 12th when Brian Henderson's 11th. 12th. Winston Meadow in 13th. I think somebody fell quite a few positions there. Because the 12th car, 12th is missing. Yeah, that's Chiquito Milka. They fell down. They should be now in 16th. There's quite a bit of pack. I'm kind of surprised no crashes happened here, because they are getting awfully close to each other. Flowerchild is dope. Jameson is drunk. This team is cheating. Isn't Team Pepega always? Yes. They are always smoke. 100% smokage. Yeah, I know the positions thing. Don't know, they're not really updating. Let's go back to the lead. Avengers Flowerchild second still. Noaniolo seems to be taking this race in the last lap right now. Oh god, Raven, get away from there. I don't want to see you pulling in max. Yeah, Noaniola. Now it's done. Now it's over. That should have been the last lap. Noaniola in first, winning. Avengers Flowerchild in second. Super Bingle third. Jane Sen in fourth. I don't know how they pulled it off. Fast Boy should be in fifth, I believe. Maybe it's sixth. We'll look at the final standings in a second. John Meadow, Jeff Cake, Mecha Spider, Brian Henderson in 11th apparently, Speedy McZoom Zoom, Chiquita Milka, Vincent Meadow in 12th apparently, Raven Cornwell, the Avenger. Nobody died. Nobody died except maybe Jesse Taman. Just the last name. But they are still driving, so they haven't died. And that counts towards a lot, I guess. Yeah, last name actually 2 laps down at the end, so there must have been something horribly wrong either with the driver or the car. So yeah, these are the final standings. Nolan first, 5 seconds in front of Avengers Flowerchild. Bingle. God, I'm so burpy, I'm sorry. Flowerchild, Bingle, Jane Sen, Bauer, Fast Boy, Cranston, Meadow, Cheryl Meadow, Jeff Cake, Mecha Spider, Brian Henderson, Vincent Meadow, McZoomZoom Milka. We're gonna have this full standings in the proper way in a second. And I have caps lock. That's cool. We'll have them in a minute. Anyway, let's hope this worked. And go to the scores. And it didn't. Cool. Thank you, Godful. Very cool. I don't know why this thing isn't working. Anyway, I don't know. It worked so well when I tested it. So I don't know. I always need to like rename it afterwards. Then it works for some reason. I don't know why it just doesn't work. Rename things should make it work. Yeah, I don't know. I always need to rename it for some reason. And there we go. There we have the standings for this race. Noah Niola with her new team, which is now called To Be Named, because it isn't named yet, and we took the liberty of naming it To Be Named. Noah Niola first, Flowerchild, 40 per big, and second, Super Bingle doing a really good race. Of course, we had a few very horrible ones from her, which led to her being in 21st so far. So now in third, fourth, Jane Sen, Afolabi Abawa, Fast Boy, Jazz Granson, Cheryl Murdo, Jaffa Cake, and Mecha Spider rounding out the top 10. Quite a few cars there that are really happy about those points. Nola and Bingle and Mecha Spider, of course. Brian Henderson in 11th, Vincent Murdo in 12th. Could also really happy about those points. 10 laps in the lead, round enough. Second most laps led. Speed Max Zoom in 13th, Shikiro Milka in 14th, Raven Conwell in 15th, Kawai McDesu, and Joseph Peter Pinkerman. All the Awagiri heel cars right behind each other. If there was an accident, they would have all been taken out. Alana Bodell in 18th, Winfrey Schwock, Scott Matthews in 20th again, Quadful in 21st, The Avenger and just the last name in 23rd. Firebrand again not doing so hot except for Bingle, but I guess it's the fourth that counts. Let's go to the overall standings, see what changed. Aventus Flowerchild still in first. We only have a 20-point gap right now to Fast Boy in second, Jane Sen in third again. Java Cake in fourth, Noah Niola and Afolabi Abawa in fifth and sixth. In the same team, of course. Raven Cronwell into 7th, Cheryl Murdo in 8th, Brian Henderson in 9th. I believe they were a bit more ahead after last race. Jazz Cranston in 10th, Speedy McZoom 11th, Super Bingle right now in 12th, making it up from 21st. What a jump for her. I assume she'll be really pleased with that. Alana Bodell in 13th, Scott Matthews, Mecha Spider, The Avenger in 16th, Shikido Milka, Kawai McDesu, Joseph Peter Pinkelman. So we again have the two Awagiri cars right against behind each other. Vincent Murdo making a bit of a jump from 22nd into 20th. Right now on the cut to playoffs, it's Super Bingle in 12th. So the cars that would be out as of now would be Bordell, Matthews, Spider, Avenger, Milka, McDesu, Pinkelman, Murdo, Quadful in 21st. Winfrey Schwag making it onto the second to last, giving away the Red Lantern to just the last name now. Just joined Firebrand, now in last place. We need some. We need to see some. Liam, we need to see some results from you. This is embarrassing.